just came back from my run, looking a little cray-cray. Okay, critical video, aren't they all? Yeah, they are. I'm not talking to you about anything unless I know it's going to help you to shift into something that I believe you desire. And if you don't, that's okay. But here are some tools and things to think about. I am going to talk to you about phase 3 of our global situation. What's phase 3? This is a critical point for you. Don't miss this. Are you ready? If you do this, everything can change. Let's get ready. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears, live an amazing life. What's life? Wow, this is weird, isn't it? I was running, sorry. Oh, I had to get back to you because you know I get all these ideas when I run and when I sleep, which is why I wake up and write all this stuff. We're in phase 3 of the global situation. What is the global situation? It is awakening. Everything is shifting. I just believe this for myself, that we as a collective created this global crisis. I believe that we were so unsatisfied with destroying the earth, being so unhappy in jobs, being told we have to live a certain way that never felt right, being in relationships we didn't love because we're told that's responsible, being in jobs we don't love, be responsible, go to college even though we come out and we really don't know a heck of a lot more and we're in debt. The whole system wasn't working. The monetary system wasn't working. It's skewed, right? We should never have people on the streets. We should never have people, especially hardworking people who are out there trying, have their electricity shut off. That is not a society that works. And we knew it, and it didn't feel good, and we felt helpless. We didn't know how to change it. Because you can help here and help there, but how do we change the globe? We did it. We shifted into something that really pushed us to take a look at ourselves. Phase 1, we went into lockdown. This hits, we go into lockdown. Now, why am I saying there's a phase 3? Phase 2 was when we started to get that opportunity, when we had that opportunity after we manifested it, right? It's like, we don't want to live in this world the way it is anymore. Oops, here's a global crisis that's going to really make us take a look at it and give us an opportunity. Remember the 3 L's? There are no limitations, no labels, no losses. Everything is purposeful and meaningful in a positive way. There's no chaos in the universe. Everything's intelligent. So phase 2 was when we finally got over the shock of it. Most people got over the shock of it and realized, okay, now what are we going to do with this? And got creative. A whole bunch of people out there doing global meditations. Why? We wanted to come together. We wanted to change the planet. So we weren't just in our homes going, why? When can I get back to work? We're like, let's unite. Let's unite to heal the planet. And these meditations are happening and people are doing good things for one another. And a lot of people aren't going back to their jobs. I have tons of people coming over and learning these new internet skills and saying, I want to create my own businesses, but I want to create one I feel good about. And I don't want to go run some big company traditional thing. How can I do this? And we say, hey, there's a different way. You guys, this is a free workshop if you want to check it out. I've been doing this for 6 years when it wasn't popular. Why? Because there's a different way of living out there. And society has looked down on it. Isn't that silly? Why? Because we are programmed not to be independent, not to stand up, not to do the things that we believe in. Because that empowers us. And a lot of you will still be going, they're going to make us take vaccines. They, who's they? You are they. We are they. There is no other. We're one and we can change anything. It starts with you. So you can complain about pollution. I'm going to ask you, are you getting back in that car? So here's phase 3. Phase 2, this is so critical. This is so critical for you. I'm excited. Get excited. This is great because you get to make a decision. Phase 3, after we decided that you know what? I'm going to clean up how I'm eating. I don't need to hoard a bunch of food in a freezer, for 2 months. That's not healthy. I'm going to go to my local farmer and I'm going to just get what I need. I'm going to clear out my house and clean things out and appreciate the things I have. This is going on. It's massive. I hear you guys. You're amazing. All right. What's the third phase? We won't go back. There are people who are going to have that opportunity to shift back into the old world. We went from here to here. And some people, when the gateways open to here again, are going to go back here. Don't do it if you want to progress to that new earth that we all are creating. The whole reason for the global situation in the first place. There's a reason why that happened. If you go back to the way we were living, if you go back to the job, driving the car, polluting everything, using plastic, eating fast food, buying chemicals, if you go back to that life, you will shift into the old world, the third dimension. You will remain there, and that's when the split's happening. It's been happening. Somebody said, I can't wait till fifth happens. I said, honey, it's already happening. You're either feeling it or not, and if you're not feeling it, then you have to look at your life and say, well, how am I still thinking? Am I still thinking down here? Am I still waiting to go back to normal? That normal does exist in another dimension. But there's a whole bunch of people out there not participating and saying, I'm not going back to that. I have people leaving abusive relationships saying, why? My life is short. We're taking a look at our lives saying, we're not going to be here that long in this experience. We live forever because there is no ending to us. But this experience is so unique and it could be amazing for you. It could be fabulous for you, right? How do you shift over to that? There's a story that's going to run that tells you that this is normal. And that story has to shift into what is possible and what you would like to create and what you're going to create and what exists already. Because every reality exists for you. You know this. I say this constantly. You just shift into it. Why? I felt just recently like I'm not the same person anymore. Something happened, and I actually look at who I was up until this point, which was wonderful. I was going after my goals, things were amazing, but I had new goals and new things that I wanted to accomplish, and I felt like I shifted into that. I'm not acting the same way. I'm not doing the same things. I am speaking differently. I'm getting different messages that are much more advanced that I'm sharing with you. And these are all downloads I get. So I get these very clear messages. If you saw the 3 L's, the secret 3 words. Why are they a secret? Because we don't think of them. They're back here. What 3 words? So if you want to shift into this new earth and not go back to normal, into the third dimension, and you want to progress, catch yourself with the 3 words. I'll remind you of those right now. L, labeling things. We are one. In the 5th dimension, when you shift into that world, you're the person that is meditating with everyone, all wanting and desiring a beautiful earth. And therefore, shifting your energy as a unit, an energy unit that's making that happen. All right? Not imposing it on people that don't want it. These people don't want it. That's fine. They don't have to have it. They can stay down here. But we have a whole bunch of people out there awakening. All right? So labeling is, they're this, they're the problem, there's the government, they're going to make me take vaccines. By the way, there's no vaccine. I looked it up. There's no vaccine. So we're always projecting negativity in the future. But what if, and they're making us do in the children or whatever. What are you doing right now? Shift into the 5th. Shift into it because there's no abuse up there. There are issues. There's sadness, right? There's pain. But loss is a human feeling. When we take the loss, that's one of the L's, limitations, labels, losses. There are none. Okay? There are none. When you claim them, then you experience being human in that lower density. Okay, so there will be pain, there will be all kinds of things that go on as a human, but you don't have to experience loss as in, I have lost something, because we know we never lose anything. We have to shift up here and never go back to that. You have an opportunity. Atlanta's up and running. We are in business. I mean, everything's in business pretty much. We have a couple restaurants that aren't open yet. Our botanical gardens, everything's open. We could go back and get in our cars and pollute and go order coffees in those styrofoam cups and throw them in the garbage and keep that old world going. You have to shift. If you desire to go into that new world doesn't have styrofoam cups floating in oceans. It doesn't have plastic. That new world is not one where we put chemicals on our lawns or in our bodies. That new world is one where we're not judging one another. We're not labeling. We're not seeing each other as different, even if we have different skin colors, cultures, beliefs. We respect that. It's part of our experience. Oh, they're experiencing this, and this is what they believe. But there's no, you should believe this. And that's what we do down here in that old world. You need to believe this, and you need to believe this, and you need to believe it. And there's arguing. There's no arguing in the fifth. There's no arguing. You can have an opinion. You can believe certain things. That's okay. But that is your reality. Create it. And I'm hoping for you that it feels good. What is that? It's that going with what you know is right. And if your situation it's not feeling good, go with that intuition, because the fifth dimension is when we use our psychic abilities and our intuition. Are you, third phase of the global situation, right? I'm not going to call the thingy what it is. You know, the global challenge. What are you going to do? If you have the opportunity to go back to that old world, first of all, it doesn't exist. But people will try to recreate it. They will want to just drive back to those jobs and sit in those cubicles and get that paycheck. And go think about the next thing they can buy. Right? What you want in your head, what you desire and you truly feel is manifesting out here. Now, if you desire it and your belief is that you can't have it, you're manifesting that out there, a block. Fifth dimension, there aren't any. Come join me in my shift into the new earth. We're going to talk about what the new earth is. How do you shift into it? What is that? Is it happening now? Did it already happen? I would love for you to open up into what is possible for you. Because when you expand, you raise the frequency, and I benefit because I'm part of the collective. You also get to choose your individual, whatever it is you want to experience. And maybe that's pain. Maybe you have to go through some pain and challenges in order to experience certain things, forgiveness or whatever it is. That's still going on right now. So don't think that you're not progressing. Some of you are being super challenged. Somebody just wrote, like every once in a while, somebody says they want to kill themselves. Like, you're not on the channel talking to me because you want to do that, right? You're talking to me because you know there's something greater. You know there's something greater. And this pain that you're feeling in this dark night of the soul, we've all gone through it, is a turning point, a massive turning point for you to let go all of this that you believe is making you unhappy. It's not real, not truly. What's real is that you are one amazing, unlimited light being who's just experiencing things. And whatever you're thinking and believing about that, you can release it. What if you saw that old world? And I see it. Polluted cities and cars and all this stuff. I see it actually dissolving. I see it dissolving as if it's something that we used to do here, but it doesn't exist anymore. And it doesn't. Right now, it's not there. Don't go back to it if you want to live in the new earth. We cannot function that way in the new earth. Will you go back to that? Now you can say, well, I have to pay my bills. You can pay your bills. You can pay your bills even more so. But you have to go and expand and stop the limitations. There aren't any. You know what this is? When you're in one of the L's, you're one of these, right? Which is another L. No labels, no limitations, no loss. We've lost nothing. Not even people. How can you lose a person? You don't even lose that relation. Well, I lose it. How could somebody wanted to be in a dimension where their friend was alive? I said, they never died. Why would you want to do that? Why would you shift into that? They shifted into something where you're not in it, purposely. They're shifting into a different reality where you're not part of that scenario. Why would you want to shift into it with them? And you could. What would be the purpose of that? That's not accepting. And that is loss. That's feeling like I've lost something. You haven't. Celebrate it. There's no loss here. Oh, they decided to transition. Okay, okay, I can experience the sadness, but I didn't lose anything. Celebrate it. Oh, I'm going to miss you, but I know you're still there. My parents visit me all the time. Well, sort of. There was a big break there for a while, and now they're back again. Something's going on, and it's huge. This is phase 3. Will you go back? Or are you going to say, no more? What about that life? Would I love to change? Because now I can do it. Why? Everyone's shifting their thinking. Opportunities are opening up. A way of living that we used to say, oh, tree huggers. Everybody's like, yeah, trees are living, amazing, intelligent energy fields. We're getting it. Science is supporting that there's no woo-woo anymore. There's no cray-cray people talking about this, right? We all have realities that exist. You don't have to believe it, but I'm going to tell you one thing. You do know this. Our frequency's raising, and your story up here is creating your reality. And if you think that there's a normal you're going to go back to, and you do it because you think it's easy, go ahead. It's not easy, and it's not going to feel right for you. And when that happens, and that job or that relationship or that stuff you're putting in your body or those chemicals you're using or whatever else you're doing that you know darn well there's a better way. If you're doing that, then maybe you have to go through that to realize it's wrong in here. It's not who and what we are. Now, there's no right and wrong. I do use certain words. The wrong is not feeling right. And that there's another world out there, and that's what we're meant to be doing right now. This is it, people. This is it. This is what we're meant to do. Enjoy this beautiful material planet and have fun. Instead of saying, like I said in one of my videos, oh, let's go into awakened state. I'm going to deny the material world. No. When Christ said to deny this, he didn't mean don't enjoy the material world and have fun. He meant quit believing it. In other words, if it's a situation that's unhealthy or undesirable, you don't have to believe this because this is creating that. He's saying go in here because this manifests all of that. But we're reacting to this out here. So if you don't like what's going on, go in here and say, I don't have to be that person anymore. None of you are, by the way. Not one person is the same person that they were before this started. It's impossible because the energy has shifted for all of us as individuals in the planet. It's going to affect you. One thing I do want to mention is if anybody's been extremely emotional lately, I've had several friends say that they took a deep dive, felt very depressed. Some sat and bawled their eyes out. I've had several friends tell me that they sat and cried. That is just a transition we're going through, and this is a shift. We're in a collective, and you're feeling this very powerful, dense feeling that's going on there. Almost a sadness, right? It's like a sadness, and you may not know why. You may feel it, and you're like thinking, wait a minute, there's no reason for me to be feeling that way. Just go with it, and don't analyze it. There's nothing wrong with you. You're going to experience these things as we transition. You know, there's a lot of energy flying around out there, and I don't have all the answers, but I do know a lot of people experience a real dark night of the soul kind of feeling, like depressed and, back up against the wall. This is your turning point. Let it motivate you, right? Again, don't let it control you. Experience it. Okay, what is this? There's no such thing as lost. There's no limitations. This isn't something bad, a label. What is this? A opportunity because I'm not limited. There's no label, so it's not crazy for me or bad for me to cry or feel bad. Okay, I want to change my jobs. I lost my job. Oh, not really. I'm shifting, I'm transitioning. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, so you can't lose anything. Everything transforms. Critical point for you. Are you ready for this? I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you because I want as many people who desire it to come to that amazing space. You can do it. Let go. There's no guilt. We all do stupid stuff. That's part of it. We're all students. It's okay. Forgive yourself. And at some point, as I shared with you in a last video, one of my videos, when you go to the fifth, you realize forgiveness isn't even required. Why? There's nothing to forgive. We don't make any mistakes. We're just experiencing stuff. We're learning. Okay? Get over it. There's no loss. Keep going. Keep going. Expand. Go learn. Take my courses. Go down, and if you want to join me with Shift into the New Earth, then there is a discount code down there. Breakthrough Fear. One of the most outstanding courses. As far as the response I'm getting is unbelievable. I said I was going to stop running the coupon a long time ago, and it's a huge discount. That's down in the description too. People are taking it for a year and contacting me. I need to keep taking it. I'm like, you took it, you completed it, now implement it. It was a 6-week course. I'm giving it to you for a year. Why? We have to practice every day, and a lot of times people need to understand where their fear is coming from and how to deal with it. And once they get it, it's like, wow, okay. I don't have to be afraid anymore. And that I can experience it just like sadness. I can experience it, but I don't have to react to it. Do you know that's what this is? It's really experiencing, but not reacting and going down and creating and manifesting and doing all these things that we don't want. You are not controlled by the material world. You are controlling it. Not mine. You're controlling yours. You're contributing to our collective, but you still are controlling yours, because you could be super unhappy right now, or petrified, or worried about somebody's going to make you take shots. Great. In a couple years when that happens, if it happens, call me. I'll probably be off on another planet. And I'll say, okay, what are you going to do? Make a decision. You just spent 2 years worrying about it. Isn't that silly? What's happening right now? Phase 3. Phase 3. Keep it going, my friend. Keep it going. Shift. Because phase 3 means now we can expand. Now opportunities are opening up, and we can do amazing things. Amazing things. We can make sure that everybody is taken care of. It's going to take some work. That's part of the experience here. But you are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Your prediction is yours to create. That's what Edgar Cayce, Nostradamus, and Dolores Cannon all shared, that our future prediction is malleable. It's ever-changing according to what we manifest. There are no beings that can predict that. What do you predict? I know what I predict. An amazing heaven on earth, transformation and triumph. Opening up to that which we are and recognizing it and seeing it, and everything else falling away. I'm going to say it again. You are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. That's from the Master Key System. I say that every morning and sometimes several times during the day out loud. I also send my blessings to the planet and awakening for all who desire it. That Master Key System, those words were used for somebody who was told they were going to die and be crippled. Not only did they live a long life, but they were healed. It did take some work. He did have to stay on it, but don't lose your faith. When you lose your faith, it means you never really had it in the first place. You can't lose faith. You either have it or you don't. What do you have? All things are possible. All things are possible through the one. Ye are all God's. These things you shall do and more. Namaste.